Hey everyone, I'm Sister 4 here, and today we're here on the extra part of Crash Twinsanity for the Sony PlayStation 2. Now, we're here, not for this, but for all this. Yeah, so, for the last part, we finished the game. We did all this. We did it. All 16 levels finished. But now we're here for all the extras over here. I won't talk too much on this actually. I'll probably give like a good summary for all the extras, like each category. So, without further ado, let's get started with the Blue Gem extras. Okay, so I gotta say, I kind of like the whole thing that they're going with here with the Blue Gem. Like here, it's like they have like a closer shot to what the final will look like in the game via like their 3D rendering, and then like some 2D artwork to complement it. It was pretty cool, and I'm kind of glad that we're able to see like the 2D stuff they had on there. Although it does kind of open some questions on if like whether or not we could have seen something different, like basically how these bosses would have played out in terms of like actually fighting them. But didn't happen. So for the most part, didn't happen. So on to the clear gem. Okay, so there was actually a good couple of the ones we actually have in the final. I didn't think they would actually put it in the extras so we could watch that again, which is actually kind of cool that they did. But unfortunately, that was mostly what we saw in here. But the stuff we didn't see were like all the unused animations, effects, and all the other junk within stuff that's like in the game's files still, which is pretty cool that some people are able to access it and make it somehow playable. But they're still also in work in progress. But we'll see more about that in the future. Hopefully, if they don't just like flat out remake the game. But anyway, onto the Green Gem. You know, with the green one, with the green gem, it actually seems pretty interesting to see some enemies that look like they would be like a part of underwater or just like a above sea level kind of thing. Like I know there's a section that's unused where you should have been able to use Cortex and like his hoverboard to get through some areas. I'm wondering if that's where we would have seen like the sharks and everything. But I'm pretty sure there would have been also like a submarine section where we actually go into like some underwater world or something like that. Or if not, at least just like a section or two. But, Purple Gel. I have a good couple things to talk about in this section here. First off, that section in the 16th, like the last bit of the concept art, was exactly what I was talking about with the previous section with the green gem. But second, and this is probably the more important part, you see how many of those things were actually not implemented in the game, like at all, even in concept? Like the very first one makes sense because like they already set this up. I kind of wish we were able to see that in the game somewhere, even if it was just a cutscene, but whatever. Uh, but largely just a huge amount of stuff they could have done with the game potentially. Just a huge list. And even if some of them were still going to be scrapped anyway, like if they had more time to finish the game, it just sucks that this much was left behind. This much. Oh my gosh. All right, on to the red one. Jeez. There was a lot to go through on this one here. But that's just generally what I believe what the term's called storyboarding. It's usually for because like it's usually made to tell the direction of how things are gonna go. Like how like for example, just turning your face a specific way or how someone's going to run, stuff like that for effects. And the last few, for one thing I didn't mention earlier, it's kind of weird seeing entrance in Twinsanity. Like his form, I think that version would have looked really cool to see in the final game, but you know, anyway, I think it would have been nice to see if it was going to be like closer to natural cart or closer to the entranced appearance. Like either one of the two, because they're not like super different, but they have enough differences to distinguish between the two. But anyway, yeah, this one there's at least even some parts of the storyboard where like some of the parts of it wasn't even made it into the final game. There actually has been a channel, uh, I think it's Beta M, the world renowned like modder for Crash, where he actually has like a more conceptual, a more like realized version of the concept of the storyboard concepts that didn't make it in the final game. I'll even link it to his YouTube channel and even the playlist if you want to see that. But now, finally, the Yellow Show. Yellow Gem honestly makes me want to cry. There were so much stuff that even in the other gems was unused. But to dedicate an entire gem for all the unseen stuff, like we're talking enemies, NPCs, entire civilization, entire worlds, hub worlds, entire potential bosses that we could have been seeing in this game. Even some enemies too. I think I said enemies before. If I didn't say enemies, I'll say it again. Some enemies, just oh my gosh, it's just crazy how much was like never seen the light of day. Like there's some stuff now being shown off, like the little pink elephant shown off in Crash Bandicoot on the Run, which is a mobile game that's out now. Thank goodness. It's been like a year and a half since they announced that sucker. But like the fact that there's still so much that's unseen in the Crash universe. It's just painful, bro. Like, let me look at one specifically. Let me see if I can find one specifically. I gotta remember where it was. No, I don't think it was this one. It was this one. It was this one. Like, yeah, this section here, and then right here, it looked like there was gonna be so much going on here. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Then there's one about the spaceship and. But yeah, that's it. That's it. If I talk even more about this, I'm gonna start crying. So this is our Twinsanity. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay insane. And stay warm. Stay warm.